So I'm doing another one of these back in the vlog chair. I didn't do one last week because I couldn't be bothered. So that's that one there. Anyway, right now, not a lot is going on anyway in this prep. Everything's kind of plain sailing. Last week, so this past Saturday, that was the first time I've seen any kind of significant drop in weight. So from 16 weeks out, I was 256, and then up to 260, back down to 254, 254, 252, 254, 255, 255, and then 251 yesterday. So that's primarily the way. What I done this time round was I cruised from mid-November through to the new year. So you're going to get some fluid loss with that. You're not going to lose any muscle in that period, but you will notice fluid loss from the body, from inside the cell, the muscle cell and whatnot. With growth hormone coming off that as well, you're taking another 4 pounds off in my case, and what I've heard from other people as well. Kind of 3 to 4 pound is what you're going to notice in terms of growth hormone, being taken out. So what happened at 16 weeks was I find that as soon as I get my head into a prep, my sleeping's better. My eating's always really good anyway, but my eating's immaculate, timing's immaculate, training's immaculate. So I'm a lot more focused, and I generally do think that I make improvements in my physique in that initial period of a prep. Is this growing into a prep? No, it's not. That doesn't happen. I've been through this before, going back to previous videos. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't, right? But so my justification is this: you see guys saying that they gain 5 pounds of muscle on prep, but yet they've spent 2 years in an off season and gained fuck all. So how does that work? Why all of a sudden are you gaining muscle on a prep, but you weren't able to do it in your off season? You barely fucking changed. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I've done that before. Go see my previous videos for that one. So yeah, no movement in weight since the start of the prep. So that's 8 weeks of nothing. I have progressed visually though, which is the main thing, and that's kind of what you should always be looking for. The scales don't. I say scales don't matter. They do. Okay, they do. But there's far too much emphasis on them. They do tell a tale, but they don't tell the whole story. Getting bogged down in the scale, you know, you're not a fighter trying to make weight. You're a physique competitor that's looking to strategically get their physique from A to B, and strategically have a plan in place that is going to peak you for that show. If that requires you to plummet 10 pounds in 2 weeks, alright. If that requires you, like I've got a client just now an actual client where I'm trying to push his weight up just a little bit, fill him out a little bit more before we take him back down, simply because I've worked with him before, so I kind of know what's happening there. Everyone's different, the scenarios are different, okay? It does tell a tale, but weight doesn't tell the whole tale. My strength continues to climb, which is quite interesting. Granted, I have increased anabolics from the 12-week out mark, so that was 4 weeks ago. That will be making a difference. But nothing like I'm adding 5 plates to my squat or anything like that. I'm making incremental changes, so maybe a kind of 2.5 kilo here, a couple of reps here, the weight feeling a little bit easier here. That's the kind of progression that I'm seeing. Okay, you're not going to transform your physique just by kind of increasing anabolics there. Cardio is still 35 minutes. That's just a piss take walk on a treadmill post-workout. Just like 2 weeks ago, I'm still doing post-workout cardio because I can't fit it in at any time of the day. I probably could fit it in at the start of the day. I've got an old treadmill that hasn't been used in about 40 years sitting there. I don't even know if it still works, but I'm not getting up earlier to do cardio just now because I'd like to just enhance my recovery as much as possible through sleep. So if I can get my 8 hours, if I can get my 7 to 8 hours, then I find that more beneficial than what the possible quote unquote benefits would be from doing cardio first thing in the morning. I like first thing in the morning cardio because it gets it out of the way and done. In terms of physiologically and scientifically, I don't really see there's much benefit with doing it fasted, fed, post-workout, whatever. But anyway, so post-workout cardio works for me just now. And yeah, so that's kind of what I'm going with. There's been 2 food drops in 2 weeks. So the first food drop at 10 weeks out was 60 grams of carbs taken throughout my training day, and then 50 grams of carbs taken through my training day and rest day this time round. Basically justification for that, along with Nick Vandal's opinion, was that there's plenty of food to play with. I can be a little bit sharper, therefore take the food out. So that's kind of where I've gone with the food drop. So granted, I'm still on over, I'm on 500 grams of carbs on my training day, 300 on my rest day. So there's still a lot of food there. I'm still full. Like even at 8 weeks out in previous preps, I've struggled to kind of keep fullness throughout the day. So even sitting here right now, I'm still relatively kind of full and things are popping. So that's the difference from applying knowledge from the previous years and putting it into this one. So if you go back and look at my video on the kind of things I discovered from the last prep, and my review of the last prep, that's kind of what I brought forward this time into this one, and hopefully kind of see the changes there. 8 weeks out, swapping for the faster esters. This is kind of what I do, apart from last year, but this is what I usually do, is I swap out the N-anthate for prop, put in Mastron, put in trinacetate at 8 weeks out. That's what I do for a large amount of people, dose dependent. So the dose is going to be different for me compared to someone who's competing in physique. But all in all, that's kind of what happens. Don't use tren with some people, and don't use prop with some people. It's the whole drug side of things isn't a well-kept secret, and it's not like the holy grail. There are tweaks you can pull here and there, but let's face it, the science behind that stuff and the anecdotal evidence has been around for 50 plus years, so there's not a lot of kind of hoo-ha with that, right? So here's an important topic, and I don't know how important it is for some people, but shaving is probably the most irritating part of bodybuilding, I'd say. I fucking hate it. I hate shaving my body, but I also hate being hairy at the same time, so it kind of counterbalances. Anyway, so I've used razors in the past. It's ruined my skin. I've got really sensitive skin as well. I'm a sensitive guy, and it's destroyed my skin. I broke out. I don't know if people saw from last prep, I had a major breakout in my back from using a dirty razor, which is completely my own fault, but you know, you just go at it, not thinking. So what I've done is, through one of the PTs that I work with, he recommended this. I'm not going to say the brand because I'm not being paid. So until they pay me to advertise this, then that's what I'm using. So it's like a razor, but it's electric, right? That can get proper fine right up to the skin. No razor burn. I've still got sensitive skin, so I still get itchy, and I might get a spot here or there, but it's a billion times better. Okay, if you can't get hold of one of those, that's the brand there. Again, I'm not saying the brand until they pay me. Also, alcohol swabs. I swab. I'm trying to not get the light. I swab the areas that I'm shaving. So if I'm shaving my chest with that thing, I'll swab my chest with alcohol prep pads, just to kind of clean it up as much as possible. I also try and shower beforehand, but time dependent, sometimes that doesn't always happen. So, and then my girlfriend recommended tonic water from that company. Fucking sun, I can't get that. Anyway, tonic water, spray it on after you've shaved. Moisturise as well with any kind of fragrance-free moisturiser, and that's massively changed the look of my skin this year. If you've been following me, I haven't been posting a lot of photos on Facebook. Facebook, fucking uses Facebook, Instagram. That my skin does look way better this time round. I still have breakouts. I still have sensitive skin, so that's never going to change. But this regimen of using that, swabbing not only your body but also the razor as well with an alcohol prep pad, and using tonic water spray or tea tree tonic water post shave with moisturiser, and that seems to be keeping my skin nice and clear and spot free and manky free. So I thought I'd add that in because it is a topic. It's not the most fun or interesting topic, but it is a topic that you can ruin your skin using razors and things like that. So yeah, that's 8 weeks out, and I think that's it. See you later.